Hi everybody, Dana Dillard here, and I'm with you today to talk a little bit about government relations. And with us we have a guest, Faith Schwartz, who is our advisor from our Washington, D.C. and has been helping us develop our strategy when it comes to dealing with our federal government. I don't know if you've ever really thought about it, how involved we are and how important housing is to the D.C. and to the economy, but we wanted to just visit with you about how we approach it and what our thought process is when it comes to dealing with D.C. Now, Faith, you and I talk a lot about a three-legged stool approach to D.C. Why don't you explain that to everybody?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Well, in Washington, D.C., there are the legislators. That could be one part of the three-legged stool. That's Capitol Hill, that's the Senate, the House of Representatives, and of course you do have the President, the administration. And then there's the regulators, the people that help you oversee your business and make sure you're doing things the way you're supposed to do. And that's the second leg of a three-legged stool. But then there are all the people that are trying to influence those regulators or those legislators. That would be the Mortgage Bankers Association, your trade associations, the Housing Policy Council, or the think tanks who do a lot of research-based evidence so that they can then inform policymakers and make them change their ways.
So when you think about D.C., we are very involved with our trade. So that would be, as Faith said, the Housing Policy Council, the Mortgage Bankers Association. We also are members of a think tank at the Urban Institute. It's called their Mortgage Collaborative, where we get together with other servicers like us and problem solve and think of ways to make it better for our industry. So Faith, it's a really dynamic time in D.C. There's so much going on. If you think about 2018 and our employees here, what are the things that you would recommend that they focus on in the new year that will affect housing?
Well, I would keep my eye on both the regulatory world and the legislative world because, interestingly, we didn't get much legislation over the last 10 years. I mean, Dodd-Frank was everything, right? It changed your business. And then everything flipped to the regulators, the Consumer Protection, Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, and other regulators to oversee your businesses. So I think in 2018, we're seeing huge changes in that Consumer Financial Protection Bureau because we have a change in the direction and the leadership. We'll have a change in the approach to enforcement, and we may even have some pullback on the rules that are affecting your business and servicing and origination. The second thing I'd think about is we all know about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the housing stewards that make the standards, and we all sell and securitize and service loans on their behalf. Right. But there's big change afoot. 10 years in conservatorship. There's GSE reform or Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac reform coming through Congress and through the Senate. So I think have an eye out for what's changing in that world because you're a big part of that world.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but about 60% of our portfolio is Fannie and Freddie, kind of in that GSE space. So it is very important to us. So Faith and I are recommending for 2018, you keep your eye on the CFPB and then what's changing with Fannie and Freddie. And then lastly, it's an election year, 2018, and there's a lot of open seats in the state of Texas for the House of Representatives. There's actually 7, as much as ever has been open for re-election in the last 10 years. So we're going to spend a lot of time looking at who's running in those races, who are the players that maybe can affect us, or will end up being on committees that service housing, and making sure that they know who Nation Star and Mr. Cooper is as they move forward in their careers in Washington. So that's our update for today. We're hoping to do this once a quarter and keep you guys informed, and I hope you're appreciating the opportunity to improve your GRIQ. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.